When we talk about the buyers, who are the buyers? Who will buy that product? All those projects, who will buy? Who pay for it, as for you? Who has the money? Who had the money in the enterprise? Right. But at the moment, at our company, all those managers have the money, and CEO distribute this money for them. And if those managers have the money, what they do? They spend it in the way they want. So I go to the CEO, ask, what do you want to achieve from all those projects? From all those products, what do you want to have from them? And then also I go to employees, to managers, and I get a set of expectations. So you don't need to go in details about it. So this is all my products. All different systems, written in different technologies, targeting specific problems that they are solving. And this is actually the high level, I would say, requirements. Something is missing, as usually, something is not. And when I go to the CEO and ask, so what do you expect? What do you think what CEO told me? No, he told, I have a strategy. So I have a strategy of developing the company, and this product should follow the strategy and help me doing that. So at this moment, we have a strategy for the SoftServe. So we want to grow globally, and we want to target a new segment, like doing outsourcing for enterprise and providing them the solutions, not actually an outsourcing. And there are a lot of transformation about it. So when I transform those company goals into a product portfolio goals, it appears that all those products should help company to scale because we're going to grow. This system should be enabling the transformation. It should be easy to change, and also support managers with data, any kind of data that they may right decisions. And also it should be accessible from all global the world. And those high level requirements, this is a position of those portfolio, transforms into the requirements later, but then I will tell you later. And I asked myself the question, so why we didn't ask these questions before? What are actually all those products right now in terms of strategy fit? Those bubbles represent the products. The size of the bubbles represent the value they bring, the functional coverage. The strategy fit, how do they fit to the strategy that CEO declares? And the technical quality, basically how much effort it would bring in order to improve, for example, bring this product there, how much effort do I need to spend, resources, money, and so on. So if you just have a first look at this picture, what conclusions can you bring? What do you see here?
That the biggest projects will will drag you back because they are technically not very
supportable,
exactly, not very adjustable.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was CEO, I would buy to change the solutions.
So at the first look, I see that the small projects are really technically quality, and it's easy to work with them, and they fit the strategy. So it means we have a possibility to build small projects. But when we face with the big one, we do not have a capacity, a resources, a capability to do that. There is one really interesting tool which calls Hire Retire Magic Quadrant. So when you put all those products into that quadrant, you will exactly see what to do with that product. So for all of this, this is a recommendation to retire, because you will spend a lot of money and resources to move them to fit into the strategy. To that products, you need to think how you will re-engineer them or replace. And this is what we should involving in keeping like up to date. For that, doesn't make sense to spend money for them in order to move a bit up. And I asked myself the question, so why this didn't before? Why we still have the same situation? And there is very interesting point why innovations is not happening in the big products. So there are three chunks of the how you can separate and how you can value your portfolio. So there you should spend some time to build in the core, basically building the functionality for existing customers, for existing needs. You should definitely have adjustments in order to have new functionality, innovational a bit, and like stretching these products to new customers, to new functionalities. And you always should be thinking about what will be in the future. And I just took the Jira issues that we've done, take a look at that, and it appears that we were spending 90% of doing the core. Only 10% into alignment the systems and bringing something new, but we were doing nothing about innovations. So that's why we have old technologies, we have old systems that is not working. And when I take a look more closely to that, it appears that we are building something which is known in the world, but doing in our way. So we are building another bicycle. And of course, what I should do in that case, go to look what competitors do I have. And there's a really nice approach when the workflow you should follow in order to know whether you need to build your product or you need to look at the options. So this is really old diagram. The new one I just found today in a pragmatic marketing magazine, so you can find this picture here. The main thing, the main idea, so if you have enough money and resources to do your products right now, you can start doing it. The problem with myself, I need to complete all those portfolio to be done in 1 year, not later, because in other case, strategic and strategy of the CEO will not meet. Do I have resources? If not, then I need to find a contract with other partners or build this solution. Is it critical? So I passed it, and in that position that I do not have enough cash and time and money in order to improve my portfolio, I need to find some other solution. And when I take a look at my competitors on that market, basically HR solutions, they were pretty much better in terms of functionality. And of course, I take a look the market and the Gartner, who told there are 3 main competitors in my segment. We've started negotiations with all of them in trying to fit who from those competitors fit our needs the best. So for the evaluation, which is business fit, basically the strategic fit, the functional fit, all the requirements that need to be covered by those systems, and of course money. By business fit, the main evaluation criteria was, so when you remember what I told in the beginning, the strategy, from that strategy comes top 5 features that should be in that new system. First, it should be self-service portal for managers and employees, that they can do whatever stuff they want in the system. Second, it should be available in mobile devices in each location in the world. Third, the analytics should be placed there in order that managers can make the right decisions. And in order to make all those projects more adjustable and agile, there should be a business flow builder that can adapt quick to the changes. So, and of course, functional requirements, as you might know, there was a lot. When we take a look at all of those 3 competitors, It looks like I'm not putting the numbers here and the names here because of the NDA, but one of them have very good functional fit, but bad fit into the strategy goals. Second was like moderate in both of the criteria, and the third one was very good with the business fit, but some biggest part of the functionality missed. So what will you do in that case? So what we've did, we go again to the market and look about those missed components. Maybe there are other competitors who is targeting a narrow niche in order to get it, and we found it. And when we found that solutions that really can integrate with different vendors the best. And when we put it on the top, it appears that one of the vendors fit both of the criteria. And this was our choice. Then we started negotiating about the price. It was very challenging. We spent a lot of time, but this was the starting point when we can starting evaluation and then negotiation about the price. So at the end, we agreed to choose that partner and that partner. And our portfolio right now looks like we are replacing the biggest part of the core with 3 byproducts. One of them become our partner, and on the platform of which we will develop our own systems and our products, and one which was not covered by the vendors, we decided to build by our own. 10% of our products we will build with the adjustment because it requires a lot of specific of the company, and we have allocated the team who will build, we call it Tiger team, who will be focused on innovations, and they will be building new products, small products that will target specific need for the company. So the 3 main things that I have and outcomes from that. So always to allocate time for innovations inside your products or portfolio of products. Try to find the competitors who can be your partners, and focus on the most important things in your portfolio and try to balance between what you are doing at the core of innovations or adjustment of your portfolio. That's it from my side. Questions from yours?
What were specific for your cases compared to that pragmatic marketing scheme? Maybe there were some shortcuts or workarounds that you applied?
What do you mean?
I mean, whether you just acted according to that nice and proven scheme, or whether you had some tailoring. And
of course I have tailoring, because as you can see, my market is very limited. I am doing it for one company. So I do not have a lot of capacity to do the marketing researches, and I am not focusing on that. But I should always keep in mind about the competitors who are outside.
So you mean that your portfolio and your company became a product, actually, yeah? So you considering this portfolio like a product?
Yeah. Like the old portfolio with all the systems at the whole product, but with some pieces. And yeah. So the results of these improvements, we are still launching it, so not all the systems will be launched. So yeah, we have a number, we have the roadmap, and actually the price and the time frame. So now we can make all these changes within the year, and with the budget which is 3 times less if we were doing it by ourselves. And if we were doing it by ourselves, it would took 3 years.
Okay. Thank you.
as you told, you had like 15 managers who are very important stakeholders. You also have like C-level stakeholders and so on. So there are a lot of requirements actually, and how did you manage to collect all these requirements into one FRF? Or
there was a set of value discovery workshops. There was a set of focus groups, and we also, before all those workshops, we came with the re-engineering. Basically, we took all the requirements from the existing systems, we add what is needed on the top, and then talk with the stakeholders if we miss something or something else should be added. So it took us around a quarter to collect it. It's really not the simple thing to do. And it was like an Excel file with more than 300 of rows of the requirements. And based on that, we have done the evaluation of those vendors as a functional fit. So I just showed you the high level, and on the background there was a lot of job done.
because that's great job. I can only admire your dedication to this project.
Thank you.
I'm not sure. I actually have a question about the small projects. All right, so well, that's a good idea to take up to buy something that is actually less in money than you have to build it. Mm-hmm. But what about integration during those small projects? Usually, when you try to patch up and cover all of the needs. Mm-hmm. With different systems, it ends up to be not integrated properly, and the flow of information just
So, I got your question. So, the main, also very important problem is right now that all those systems are not integrated. So, they are integrated in some pieces, and this is like spaghetti integration. When you took something here, everything else go down and fail. So, in order to achieve that goals, we need to build, anyway, we needed to build an integration platform to integrate all the systems. And if we will be doing in that landscape, it will be like a hell. And we will have, if we have, so we were also considering all those vendors with the integration capacity. And those vendors, they have already pre-built connections in terms of integration. So integration was also a big part of functional requirements that we have tested with all the vendors. And we also compared it to the existing solutions.
All right, so you do take into account the integration, but there is still part of integration that you need to do on your level as a company.
Yes.
For your own individual needs. And were those efforts accounted for in just how much of the whole part? Mm-hmm. The whole work they actually took, and in what segment did they fall into? The core,
into the core. So basically, integration with the core is the core.
And just how much of 80%?
15. It's not too much because already integrations, connectors are built. In the case if we will build all by ourselves, it will be 40.
Question? That one built product is not about it.
So this is one built product that when I go to pass this diagram, this is the first question. Whereas do I need require a lot of time or assets? It's time cost. And for doing that project, it costs around $40,000. So it's not too much. It's really small, and I can do it in a small time frame. So there is no need to go to buy something. I can achieve it much faster. Thank you.